afternoon YouTube, or morning, or evening, wherever time of the day you're watching it. Dias, tardes, noches, no lo sé. I am going to today change my Suntour forks that came with my Lapierre Overvolt 3.5 TR to some Rockshox Judy's 120mm. Stand back a bit. Travel. Tapered 1.5 to 1.8. Brand new. And today I'm going to just, like I say, upgrade those to these. The reason being, when I go to pop the front end up, on the smoother stuff it's really nice, but when you come to the fierce stuff it's just, it's clunky, and I like everything smooth. So I'm going to do, not going to do everything in normal motion. I'll do lots of the sawing and the other bits taking off in fast forward so you can get an idea. Found all the local bike shops today, and the only one that's open is Fishface Cycles in the parish of Womben. And I went and picked up a couple of star washers because I've searched all through my drawers, not these drawers, me biking drawers, and I can't find any anywhere. I must have used my last one on my previous bike. So first things first, I'm going to grab the tape measure of doom, and what I always do, I measure from the floor to the stem, and then I make sure when I've put that on and sawed it, it's the same height, because it doesn't matter what length you have the steerer tube, you can cut it off the same, but what happens is, if this is more travel than those forks, you're going to lose the travel by, it's only 10-20mm, but you lose that height and you'll be leaning forward more, and you'll notice the cockpit difference or riding preferences of what you've got. So I know these chunky clunky Suntours are 140-ish, but my Rockshox are, I've had the boosters put in, so they're 125 to 130, so I'm going to have to add on to that another 10mm from the steerer. So this steerer tube is, on the top of the forks to the cap, 215. So as long as I do it about 220-ish, the 5mm difference won't be too bad. So I've got to strip all that down, so I'll do a fast forward bit now, and by that time I'll be ready to go. So Lapierre Overvolt overhaul, let's go. Right, that was a bit of a chore. Forks are off, took 8 minutes. So yeah, what I've got to do now, I had a bit of a problem, obviously, as you, that's the bearings falling off. I had a bit of a problem with the putting the drummer cable under the crank, thinking it'd hold the bike, but because the battery's in, it counterbalances and pulls it forward. So I've got it supported lovely. So what I'm going to do now is try and remove this little cap. Now I'll come back in a moment because I have watched a YouTube tutorial, that's easy for you to say, on how to get these off without damaging all around where you put the screwdriver in. So back in a moment. Okay, I'm ready. Piece of wood, safety goggles, always a must. You need your forks, and I'm going to remove the crown now, which is a complete pain in the proverbial. You need a razor blade and a hammer, and the idea is you put the razor blade in, tap it in from both sides, because if you're using a screwdriver, as soon as you hit it into that little gap there, that instantly gets marked. So what I'm going to do, fast forward this bit and remove the crown. Let's go. Right, did it, steamed up in the process as well, but did it, 2 minutes it took, lovely, not even damaged, ready to put back on if the bike ever gets sold. I'm very impressed with that, and thank you Mr. YouTube for helping me. So we'll put these over here, measure the steering tube, where's the old magic, here it is, the tape of the measures. So we have got 200, just shy of 210 with 140 travel. So let's do some maths. This beauty is so much lighter than those as well. Good God, that's scary. My God. I'm not sure if you can see the difference. Not really that much difference in travel, probably 15 mil. Obviously steer tube, it's a bit lower, that's about where it is. That's level with it. These. Bloody hell, this arm will be bigger than this one, and not for that reason. Okay. So, let's do some measuring again. So I want to go at least 220. Shall I go 225 and just add? If I go 225, I can always put some more spaces on, which I have got a few spare over here. And they're even carbon of the fibre, so it makes the bike even lighter. Even though it weighs 23 kilograms, no comment. But it's all part of the E-Fun. Not Ethan, but E-Fun. So I'm going to go mark this and put some tape where I've marked it, and then if I put some insulation tape around where I've marked it, and when I saw it, it'll do a smooth line, and then it's the case of tapping these badges in and setting it up, obviously through axle, like my previous one. All good. If you are using, when I do knock the crown back onto these new forks, always remove that, because if that's in, when you're putting it on the wood to knock in, it doesn't do it much good. Good on the wood. So always either leave that on, which it does come with, or take that out, and I'll tap it on in a moment. But first of all, I'm going to measure this, put some tape round, and then we're going to go saw. Okay, forks are marked, as you can see. Put some insulation tape round, marked exactly where I'm going to cut in the middle. So I've allowed for the length of the steerer tube and the less travel from the other forks. Just added it on, so the height should be round about the same. So we'll get my makeshift bench. Voila. Put that there. This is just me hop up for some exercises. Put that on the end. I will put, what can we have? Just protection is the key. An old towel. That there. That there. There. try and get it so it's stable, and then what you do, you just basically, as you cut in, voila. So we shall do that now, put it back more into view of the camera. Fast forward time. Always a scary time, and always remember, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, once you've started, that's it. So what I'm going to do now is get another rag, like so. Just give a bit of spray on that, and then just wipe around all the excess, because you don't want all the swarf going into the steerer column or anywhere like that. I've got a small file here somewhere. I did that. Ah, there we go, fantastic. Have a cake with a file in it. Last time I used this was getting out of prison. Hey, just give it a little file round inside, take all the burr off. You've got some sandpaper as well, should work. You see all the excess. Give it GT85 or WD-40. Other brands are available, but just give it a little spray round. I'm gonna wipe off. It smells so nice as well. Yeah, finger in there, easy. I'll do the jokes. Just gonna grab a little bit of sand of the paper. Oh, there we go. So, break a little bit off. You don't need much. You should. And there's a map of the, sensible, always a professional. There's a map of the Sahara Desert. Nice. Just a little rub around inside, get any other excess burr off. And that is smooth as you like. That's off there. So, I can't really say here's one I made earlier. So what I'm going to do now is tap the crown washer on. Back in a minute. Okay, before I knock the crown on, I always put like a little squidgy grease just around there, so it just helps it. Just put the squidgy grease on. Just apply it around, so you know that when it gets to that point there, it should just glide on. Now I've got to remember where I've put it, and I can see it. So that now goes on there like that, and I've just got to fast forward now. I'll wipe my greasy finger and I'll tap that on, and then I'll do the star wash at the same time. So this is fast forward time. Crown is on, nice, and all the excess grease helped. I've just tapped it on gently, and always what you must do is hold it to the light and make sure you can't see any daylight between the crown and the actual fork crown. Next is the star washer, which is going to be tapped in. There is a special tool that does this, but on budget. What I tend to do is, hence I bought two just in case. I've got some, I think it's 6mm, just like a flat-headed 6mm nut. I'll push that in, just like so, screw it in, and then I offer it up to it, and I just start tapping gently, just to get it to bite. Now you will notice that it'll go off that way, every which way but loose. But eventually, once it's in, if you can imagine that's like that, what you can do is tap the pin so it straightens it up. And that does the job. So that is fast forward time again now. Right, all changed, forks on. Took about 3 or 4 minutes. I've tightened up the cap pin until the wheel's on. I've got to obviously straighten the handlebars. But I'm going to now put the wheel in, put the disc on and tighten everything up and get it done. So a little quick fast forward section and then we should be done. Okay, so I've hit a bit of a stumbling block. The brace that came off the previous forks is not a straight swap, so I'm going to have to order a rotor spacer off eBay and we will continue this. So back soon. My bad. I had the brace on upside down, so I was thinking, why the hell is it not in line with it? So now I'll put it on and it's all finished. So I'll just give you a quick show around. So obviously nice new Rockshox. Just got to tighten up the steering tube. Just got to also tighten up these, but it all fits lovely. I'll be obviously always put that inside to hold that in place. I'll fit the crud. But besides that, I'm all done. So every day's a school day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Any comments below. These are, I'll tell you what these are. I think I said, didn't I? Rockshox Judy's. And I've measured from the floor to the steerer tube. It does look like it's a bit crazy at the moment, but I can always take spaces out and put them on the top if needs be. So, like I say, like, subscribe, and any questions just throw them my way. I've got a couple of trips coming up. If I've not already done them, I don't know what order I'll put them in, but I'll be doing local Dudmaston revisited reverse. Oh god, come on, make it this level. That looks about level. Dudmaston, New Loop, Bridle Paths, Ding Dang Do, and I'm also going to Wales this week, and I'm going to do the Happy Valley in reverse to a place called Picnic Islands, and I'm going to Bearded Lake, so that might be before, it might be after this tutorial. But thank you, and thank you all to my new subscribers. Muchas gracias. I doff my cap, and hasta pronto. Ciao.